we're going to go ahead and take a look at Samba. And Samba is the software used by Linux to share files and printers with Windows machines. Samba is essentially, it emulates the Windows SMB, which stands for Server Messaging Block, and the Windows CIFS, Common Internet File System. So we're going to break this up into two sections. The first one, just kind of an overview to see, okay, is Samba installed? If not, how do we install it? And take a look at where the configuration is. After that, we'll do another video in which we'll actually get into the details of the configuration file and how things look in a Windows environment. So, first thing we'll do is we'll open up our terminal, and if we want to see if a package is installed, one of the commands we can run is dpackage, dpkg, with the -- get selections. If we run it like that, it'll show us all of our packages that are installed. But what we're interested in here is Samba. So when we run that, we see we do have some Samba packages installed. However, what we're going to find out is that is not the Samba server. That's the Samba client. So Samba can be both a server and a client. As the server, Windows machines would be able to get to the Unix box, Linux box, and upload or download files. As a client, the Samba server can connect to Windows machines, even other Samba servers. So if we just open up our file manager here, and if we go to connect to server, you can see right here one of the options is in the format of SMB, and that's how that utilizes the Samba client. That's how we could connect to a Windows box. So just wanted to show you that. So what is the package then? If these aren't the packages for the Samba server, well, what we can do is we can do an apt cache search, and we're going to search for the term Samba. So as you can see, we get back quite a bit, and if we scroll up through here, if we get up to this line right here, Samba SMB CIFS file print and login server for Unix, and there you go. Server's the component that we're looking for here. And so that's what we're going to end up being going and installing so that we can share files with Windows systems. So using dpackage was one way to determine if we had Samba installed, and as we can tell, we don't. Another thing we can do is using the netstat command to look to see if we have any open ports that would be associated with Samba. So I'm going to run netstat with a switches of TUNLP, and I'm going to go ahead and enter, and we're going to see all the open ports on this machine. Now, Samba, utilizing CIFS and SMB, you'll typically see ports such as 137, 138, and 139 possibly open, or port 389 or 445. And the difference will depend on if it's part of a work group or part of a domain. But as we can see, we don't see any 137s through 139s, nor a 389 or a 445 in any of those. And again, in case we're not familiar, this is the IP address, this is the local address, i.e. this machine, the IP, that's referring to the local host, and that's the port number. So this is where we're looking for those numbers, right there. So based on dpackage, we don't see it installed. Based on netstat, we don't see it installed. The near thing we could do is we just simply run service and Samba, and let's do a status. So in this case, it came back and said Samba is an unrecognized service, just another indicator that we don't have this installed. Okay, so how do we install Samba? Sudo apt get install Samba. Type in our password. Say yes. We'll let this go through its install. It's pretty quick. And we're just about done. Okay, now I want to just point out something here. We can see two things here that start and running, SMBD and NMBD. The NMBD is for the NetBIOS, which is a Windows-centric file sharing, so the network neighborhood is where you'd see that. And then SMBD, that's the CIFS component. So just want to point those out. You'll see both of those going here. So if you're looking for the actual, process, it'd be running under SMBD and NMBD. So if we run that netstat command one more time, and we look at this, we can see we got a lot more ports here that are open. So here's our 138, and we got our 445. So remember, we were looking at ports 137 through 139 and 445. So this is one way of indicating to us that we do have Samba running. Again, we can do, I'll do sudo service Samba status, and tells us it's running. And we'll do the D package get selections, and we'll grep that. Whoops, we're going to grep that through for Samba, and here we go. We now see these additional programs installed. Okay, so we went and we looked at essentially what Samba is. We determined how it was installed, or if it was installed. We found out it wasn't installed, and we determined that by dpackage, netstat, and the service command, and then we went and installed it. So now where do you configure Samba? So if we go into Etsy Samba and we ls, it's the smb.conf file that we're going to be messing with, and we'll be doing that in the next video.